But on the other issue of the system of payment, you know, we all know that they came up with their own system, that the old system, the JIPME system, was fraught with fraud. And we know that with this kind of critical financial situation we are facing, we need to make sure we clean up our system of payment. ASUU said no, that they are above the law. They will not join other people, other public servants in going through that system, that they want to develop their own system. Federal government said, okay, develop your own system. They developed what they call the UTA system. Federal government took it to NITDA, which is the agency, that ensures the sanctity of some of these things. They took it to NITDA. They, subjected it to tests, and it failed the test. The stress test and all of that, it failed it. Meanwhile, the non-academic staff are saying, no, we will not even go with the UTAs that ASUU is developing. We are going to develop our own UPPPS system. How can you have a government with all parts, all different type of their employees developing their own system by which they will pay themselves? Which government will accept that? But despite all of that, the government was still patient enough to say, okay, you know what? Despite the fact that I failed this, stress system, go back again to NITDA. Go back. Subject all of this to test again. The UPPS, the UTAS, the IPPS, subject all to test. The federal government is still very patient with ASUU. And then when you go through all of this, come back again with a report to see whether we can give them another chance for this thing to pass through a stress test. But for the federal government to go ahead and start paying salaries and incomes and all that with a system that is not reliable, that is public money paid like that without a system that can be relied upon. It will be an irresponsible government that will do that. That is where we are, in brief, Seun. So it is for us, well-meaning Nigerians, to appeal to ASUU, go back to class. While all these efforts are being made, in the world of negotiation, that is where the Ministry of Labor comes in. Go to ILO, go to everywhere in the world. In the world of negotiation, conciliation, arbitration, once a dispute is arrested by a conciliator like we have done, normally everybody should go back to status quo, go back to work while all these efforts are going on. That is what we are saying and appealing to ASUU to do. That's all, Seun.
Now, the government has allowed this to fester, and 170 days, classrooms are shut, students are away. We're talking about Boko Haram and the young people who are taken to criminality. Does it not question the capacity of this government to do just about anything? Because I'm still going to go to some other issue as far as government handling is concerned.
Seun, you are just begging the question. I just explained to you. Should we go and borrow to pay 1.2 trillion naira monthly?
It is the manner of handling, Minister, that I'm talking about.
Because guess what?
It's the manner of handling, Minister. It's the manner of handling. The fact that you have handled this and you've allowed classroom to be shut for 170 days, that's the question.
Seun, you said manner of handling. The moment they went on strike, we intervened. What is the manner again beyond that? The moment they declared a strike, even before the strike began, we called them to a meeting. What manner is more than that? It's not that, we left them to go on strike first and we were sleeping, and 3 months later we said, okay, can we start talking? The moment they declared, we immediately called them, say, let us start talking. And as the talk started, they still went on strike. You cannot allow one sector of the economy to hold your jugular and then blackmail you to go and borrow 1.2 trillion for overheads when our total income will be about 6.1 trillion. And you have roads to build, health centers to build, education, other sectors to take care of, critical infrastructure to take care of. Let me show you, this is the grim picture.
What would you, Minister, apologies, apologies, Minister.
NFPC is no longer remitting money to FAC.
Minister, just a moment. What would you say, Minister, to parents who have 3, 4 children, or 2 children, or even 1 child, or 1 ward in a university, and for 170 days, their children and their wards are at home, not able to go to school? What would you say to them as a government?
I will say to them, they have heard me. They have heard the picture. They have heard the clear picture. We are putting their cards on the table face up. We are not hiding anything. The cards are on the table face up. The proposal ASUU is talking about is 1.2 trillion. Meanwhile, even their former 412 billion that we were paying was even 50% of the total wage structure of the federal government that ASUU was taking a loan before. And now they are saying 1.2 trillion. So our cards are on the table face up. Chewu, I will tell the lecturer, I will tell the parents and everybody, go and beg ASUU. Like the president said the other time, those who know them, appeal to their sense of patriotism. Chewu, do you want me to kneel down on air as a parent also? I can kneel down on air and beg them. It has come to that point. Let them go back to classes. They are not the only ones in Nigeria. They are not the only ones feeding from the federal purse.
Minister,
the nation cannot grind to a halt.
Yeah,
hold on. The nation cannot grind to a halt that before we want to take care of the demands of ASUU.